You're going to crush it in 2025 if you do this. This will set you apart, not only from your peers, but from anybody else. You are going to design your 2025, and I want to teach you how to do it. And you're actually starting right now because we are in this together. And you are going to create your map, and I have some homework for you so that you can apply and implement your map when you come to January the 1st. But you must do this. You must do this if you're sick and tired of where you are right now, where you feel that you have a mediocre lifestyle, where you feel that you haven't unleashed your full potential, then you must do this, because then your life will change, your career will change, your health will change, your finances will change. You will achieve greater results and you will just feel better. So you must do this. And there's another reason why you must design your 2025. And I've got something I'm gonna dive deep, double down on in our Leadership by Design workshop that is coming up the 2nd of January and the 7th of January. It's all about the huge shift that is coming our way in 2025 and beyond. Most leaders are not aware of what's going to come. Most leaders are not aware of the big challenges that leaders are still faced in 2024, but it's going to be a make and break year in the year ahead. So if you're sick and tired of playing small, if you're sick and tired of not speaking power to truth, if you're sick and tired of actually lying when you're actually telling someone something, and really that's not what it's all about, then you want to listen to the end. Remember, I have some homework, so stay with me. And I know this will shift if you lean in and if you borrow my beliefs and the tools that I share, because it's something I use and I've learned it from my mentors and I added more to it. So stay with me to the end if you want to make 2025 your breakthrough year. What we going to go after and what you want to go after is the new concept of self. You can do it either by scripting, visualizing, or journaling, but it's not enough. You have to feel it. You have to come from the end, and you really have to understand and borrow this belief that you have multiple versions of yourself. And you want to do this audit, due diligence of how you show up today and how you want to show up tomorrow, being that version of you who you love, admire, and appreciate each and every day. And I'm going to give you some tools, but also some scenarios to help you understand how you show up today. And is that really how I want to show up tomorrow? And most likely not, because if you want to take your life to the next level, you must understand that you have to retire your whole you. That's what you have to do, and you have to understand that. And so listen with an opening mind, listening with a beginner's mindset, because the more we listen, the less we understand, and the more we're curious about how does this really apply. So there's two ways to designing our 2025. The first thing is coming from the end, and we're diving in more on that in this in our VIP that is coming up on the 14th and 15th of January. I'm dropping the link below for those of you for those of you where time is of essence. For those of you who have a lot of time and do want to do it yourself, then stay with me because I'm going to share the tool as well. But you want to come from the end. It's about matching December 2025. What have you achieved? Who have you become? And you want to come from that place, and you want to look at all aspects of life, your health, your mental health, your physical health, your career, and the results that you have achieved, your intimate relationships, your free time, your finances. That is life. It's not enough just to look at one aspect of life. Could be career. if we want to take life to the next level, it's the whole of life, the wholeness, right? And you want to come from that end. You want to live from the end. You probably know and heard about living from the living from the end and coming from the goal, and not a goal is not to come to, but to come from. So what is that? You want to really feel it, but that is not it. You want to feel who you have become in the process. Right now, a lot of leaders and people celebrate on their achievements. That is not how I do it. I celebrate on who I have become and evolved over the last 12 months. Because who you are today, if you have evolved, you will be a different version of yourself. And then you will achieve obviously different results, and you will see a different version of yourself. You will see a different world. You will have different perspectives on things compared to earlier this year. So when we design your next year, you're gonna look at where you are today, and then look at where you are in December 2025. Who have you become? What have you grown into? Because it's about do you have. You want to have the feeling. Where do you live? How do you feel? What about your shoulders? What about your mental health? You probably know how you were fearlessly you when we were 15 or 16. How did your hair look like, right? How did you smile? How did you just laugh? That's about being playful. You want to tap into that version of you where you were truly abundant. To connect with that energy, because energy is everything, and then feel that energy and come from that energy, right? Being someone who's been on this amazing transformation, I know for sure that who I was last year is not who the person I am today. And one of my metrics, if in my community know that, but that's my hair. My hair is a very in the moment and real metric. Do I have curls or do I not have curls? I have curls and I'm in flow. When I do not have curls, I'm worried. But I don't want to worry. I don't want to be that woman who worries. I don't want to be that woman who blames other people why I do not achieve my results. I want to take full responsibility of my life. And actually, what I realized, the more responsibility I take on actually me designing my own life, and the more I reach out for help, because for me, time is of essence. I cannot waste time. I cannot, some people say, I wait 3 months or 6 months. I have never been that person where I say, I just wait 6 months. Time is of essence for me. And I'll find the money to work with people because it's all about me. I don't know where you are on the time spectrum, but when it comes to leadership, if you do not understand and have built a relationship with time, now is now, right? Because next year is going to be a make or break year for a lot of leaders. So connect with that next version of you where time is of essence. So what will you do differently at work, for example, or at home when you know time is of essence? The most successful leaders, they say that I'd rather prefer to waste money than to waste time. But the poor and the middle class, they say I'd rather waste time than waste money. It's a complete opposite. I do not know your big goals in life, but if you're anything like me, I want to create more impact. I want to help more people live the fullest expression of themselves. That is time. And for how to do that, it's about helping you understand that time is of essence. But when you come from a place where actually I can do this in 3 months, well, how do you then show up in leadership? What conversations do you have when you come from a default belief that time is not of essence, right? You cannot get yesterday back. Time matters. The clock ticks even though you don't move. So if you come from a place where time is not of essence, Now it's time to rewire that. Okay, I think enough about that. Other aspects of life, and let me give you some scenarios that can help you do that due diligence and audit where you are right now, your old concept of self and your new concept of self. For example, when you have a conversation, or let me say, you are in a C-suite team meeting, and you find yourself once again not speaking power to truth. You say, I'm okay with that. Or you may actually end up being a bit too passionate about a topic because without you maybe you knowing, you come from a place of needing to be right, needing to deliver results, and having a strong need to be a perfectionist. And it also circulates how you set your team members up for success. It's about micromanaging to some extent. It's about giving them enough space. It's about what's best. If that is you, then you want to retire that. Next level of leaders, and what 2025 is going to demand, is conscious awareness. If you come from a place where you tell yourself that you're an expert, is that your concept of self? If you have all the right answers, that you know what should be true, you're doing a disservice, right? You don't want to be that version of yourself where you box yourself in, because then you come and you live in a very limited world. You want to really learn to become so relaxed and be so curious about everybody's opinions and perspectives, and learning to ask the right questions. When we come from a place of, I have all the answers, I'm an expert, and that's why I'm here, then you do not listen. And it requires effort and persistence and commitment to really learn how to listen. And you do not break through. 2025 will not be your breakthrough year. One of my online mentors, he talks about moonshot. The greatest leaders do not have the answers. The greatest leaders have and are so obsessed about having the right questions. And that is a technique I invite you to grow in 2025. Learn to ask the right questions. We are diving in on that in the VIP session as well, because that will be your make and break year. And there was an exec telling me yesterday that I'm actually not so good at listening. You want to be so good at listening. So grow that and be so curious about joining tribes so that you can get unstuck while you do not listen and be fully present, and so that you can step into level 3 when you truly listen and are so present in each and every conversation. Let me give you another example to help you create your map and design your 2025. For example, you're a member of a tribe and you do not show up with camera, right? But still, you're about to renew your membership. And then you say, this is not for me. And you actually blame outer circumstances why you did not show up the way that you knew you could show up. If that's you, then you're not going to break through to 2025. I'm sorry to say that, if you continue to be that version of you. That's how honest you must be to design a better year. You not only lie to yourself, but you do not take responsibility of how you show up. There's only one person who can be truly responsible for how you do life, and that is you. I cannot be responsible. Your spouse cannot be responsible for how you do life and what you experience. What you experience is pushed out from within, right? You're pushed out from within. So if you do not show up with camera, you're pushing out that you feel uncomfortable in bigger rooms, right? Or if you show up and you are aggressive, that is being pushed out, that something is not in alignment. You really want to be and take responsibility. You want to be accountable, but you also want to be accountable for yourself. And remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you play small, if you blame other people why you are not successful, where else in your leadership, in your life, do you do that? That's how brutally honest and vulnerable and brave you want to be. So if you want to design 2025 and you want to make 2025 your breakthrough year. Good news is you do not have to do this alone. You can join us for our VIP day. That is a 2-day event where we're going to create and design your leadership life blueprint. I want to help you break through. I want to help you create the best year yet. And it is possible. And in this VIP package, you also have an implementation call, because I know, and I've been there so many times, that implementation call is important, because otherwise you just have the blueprint, but you actually do not put that as a fast track, and you put it on fire because you do not know how to do it. And you fall back to your default you. You have a lot of information, and it sounds so easy. I sound so easy, and people say I can do it on my own. Well, you can if you have a lot of time, but if you want to create greater impact, if you want to make 2025 your breakthrough year, time has to be your most important currency. You can join our VIP day, and this will just fast track your year. I'm going to share with you, and this is really deep. I'm going to share with you my blueprints, what I do. We talk, for example, about your word for 2025. What is your word? And how's that going to be weaved in each aspect of life? And we have some exercises that will help you really connect with how you show up. But it requires that you are ready for that, requires that you're brave for that exercise. But if you're ready to take your leadership and your life to the next level, you do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. Otherwise, you fall behind. And I don't want you to fall behind. The link is below. So make sure that you claim one of the last seats. This is the cohort of the year. I do not open more cohorts for the leadership blueprints. So make sure that you grab your seat before they're all gone. With this, I hope this was helpful. Designing your year 2025. Come from the end, live from the end, connect with that next version of you, right? And I know some of you are experiencing some challenging moments right now, but connect with that version of you who has everything that you desire. Because remember, when you change, everything changed. So how do you hold the room today? How do you receive curveballs? How do you react? But how do you want to respond? That is a growth, and that is coming from one let's call it center point, and then coming from another center point. Who are you today and who are you tomorrow? This will take your life to the next level. You're going to cross 2025 if you're going to decide, but design your year ahead. But you started already now, but you have to continue. That is your homework. Continue mapping out where you want to be next year, who you are today and who you are tomorrow. And remember to join our VIP if you want my help, and be in the room with some amazing people. We are going to be up to 7 people because we're up for transformation. So if you're ready for some help and time of essence, make sure that you join us. So with this, drop in the comments below your biggest takeaway, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.